Good morning, everyone. Pam Savage with Young at Heart Creations. I am working on a little gingerbread girl, and I thought I would paint with you. I've just kind of been making it up as I go. Y'all know how I am, just spur of the moment, and a lot of times I just freehand my stuff and draw it around plates and things for my circles. And so anyway, nothing really technical here, but I thought you might like to join me while I paint, and let's see how it turns out. I'm just kind of, I did a little gingerbread boy, and let's see, this one, I did a Santa gingerbread last year. We did this one. And so I thought this time I'd do a little girl. I don't know that I've ever done a girl one. They usually are little boys. But say hi as you come on. Let me get us pulled up over here on my iPad so I can see comments as you come in. Just say hello, hello. This was not a planned, scheduled live. So I am just hoping that somebody's on in a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm kind of got it backwards for me so that you can read words like the Merry Christmas behind me. You can see that, and it's right for you, but it's wrong for me, so it still is hard to get used to. But anyway, so I'm going to work on this. I'm going to bring you down, say hello as you come in, so I'll know that somebody's here and that it's working. Let's see if I can get you down here close enough. Okay, so this is one of the cutting boards that I did the Santas on that I got at Walmart. And there are just so many different things that I think I've done. Scarecrows. I've done ghosts. I've done Santas. I don't know what all we've done on this. Anyway, so today I'm going to do a little gingerbread girl. And I'm going to go ahead and get started because, again, this was not planned, and I've got a full busy schedule. I'm trying to get ready for a craft show, but we also have our Ladies' Day this Saturday at our congregation in Howe. So if you're close, local, we would love to have you. It starts at 9 o'clock. It's at the Howe Church of Christ in Howe, Texas. And we are looking so forward to it. So we've got a lot of decorating to do. You know, when they have the men's days, the men just, they don't decorate. They just cater lunch in and throw it out on the tables, and that's all they do. So they don't understand hey, it takes us 2 days to get ready for just the decorating part to get ready for a ladies' day. We've got to decorate the tables and, all different kinds of things like that. And they're like, why? I'm going, that's just what we women do. Makes us feel good. So anyway, that's what I'll be doing the next couple of days. And then I'll go pick our speaker up Saturday morning and get ready for it. So I debated back and forth on what color to do the bow and some other embellishments that I'm going to be doing. And I started to do pink, and I thought, well, I don't know what that pink's going to look like with red. I know pink seems to be the color this year, but I decided to go with green. How can you go wrong at Christmas with red and green? So I base coated it in white so that it would cover okay over this red. And I'm sorry, I do spin my projects while I'm painting, so apologize if you get dizzy. You may want to take some Dramamine before you watch my lives because I do move it around a lot. I am a directional painter, and I have to have it where it's most comfortable for me to move my brush around. But I will try to keep it in the camera. Okay, so this is Hauser medium green, and then I'm going to shade it in Hauser dark green and see what that does for us. Let me just slide down just a little bit here. Now, I don't know why I'm drawing it down here. I haven't painted anything down there. I base coated it in coral, and then I base coated it in Tuscan red. took 2 coats of the Tuscan Red. Okay, somebody say hello, good morning, or something so I can see that my comments are working. It's probably going to take 3 coats. I could probably get away with just 2 on it, but I just want it to be really good and covered. And I just free-handed it on here. Used a lid off of something to get my circle. The snowman face is in honey brown. Not snowman, gingerbread. Face is in honey brown, and it's, let's see, shaded in milk chocolate. Or maybe it was just chocolate. I think it was just chocolate. And the outside is, around the face, is shaded in soft black, which is a little bit dark. It looks fine, but if I did it again, I would probably go in a dark maroon. But I think it'll be all right. Yay. Hi, Rosie. Thank you so much. Hi, Carol. Oh, my kitchen's always in gingerbreads, too. So I have a hard time when I paint gingerbread, anything gingerbread, telling myself, okay, this is for the craft show. This is to sell. You are running a business. You can't keep everything. So it is very hard for me to let go. I've got things on my wall that have been painted for craft shows and just to sell. And they're still on my wall after 2 and 3 years, just in here in my craft room, because I get attached to them. And it just makes me feel good when I walk in my room. So I do keep more than I should. I will admit it. Okay, so that's 2 coats. And I'm going to go with a 3rd. And we'll see what we get after that. Looking at my brushes, I've had so many projects going on. I've got some brushes here and some brushes there. I think I can get away with this one over here to do some shading. We have been really watching closely the hurricane, I'm sure as everybody else has, the hurricane pattern. We've got friends in Florida that they're not there, but they do have a home in Florida that they go to for the winter. So it's just so sad. And I hope everybody heeds the warning and leaves if they can, but then you think about the ones that can't leave. So we have really been praying for everyone. It's just amazing how in just a matter of sometimes just seconds, but a day or two, how your entire life can just change. Okay, I think 3 coats is going to do just fine. Now you see a little bit of white around the outside edges of it, but that's just chalk. And once I'm done, that will just wash right off. You just want to be sure and get it off before you seal it. Once you seal it, it's there for good. Okay, so she's got that much of her bow. I've got a smaller floating brush, but you know what? We're just going to go with this one. Okay, so we're going to go with Hauser Dark. Hi, Vicki. Wednesdays are always busy around here. We've got normal stuff going on, and then this time of year trying to get ready for the craft show and sales, and then also church night. So, and I'm teaching this quarter again on Wednesday nights. I'm teaching the little 2-year-olds, 2s and 3s. So this is Hauser Dark Green. So I've got to prepare for that. And you go, well, what do you have to prepare for 2-year-olds? Well, we do actual little lessons, and we do our memory work, trying to learn the books of the New Testament, and it is amazing what these little ones can do. Okay, so we're going to go around the edge, get a little bit off because I don't want it super dark. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this color with it or not, but yes, I think that's going to work. Just go right up to the knot. Brush a little wet again. Kept little Jack yesterday, and he was so sweet. Took him on a long walk in his stroller, and he just talked the whole time. Everything he saw some squirrels, and it was just everything he saw. It was wow, you know, through the eyes of a child. Okay, so let's put a little wet over here. Yeah, there's so many different ways to float, to shade, and highlight. I've just got to where I'm lazy and I just get it wet with a brush. Not super, super wet, but just enough to make it float around. You can do some blending on your palette before you put it on. You can put some of the base coat color on part of your brush and your floating color on the other side. And that makes it really pretty too. But when I'm in a rush, this is the way I do it. I used to use floating gel always, and I've just gotten more and more comfortable using water. Okay, let's go on the outside of the circle, or the knot, I guess you would call it. I hope they never do away with the Hauser Medium Trio Green. The Hauser Medium, Light, Medium, and Dark. They just work so well together. I hope they never do away with it. Okay, so I'm going to darken it a little bit under here. And on the side. Okay, and then I'm going to make some little, for the inside of the bow here. And you can take some chalk if you're not comfortable just free-handed it on. Hi, Dixie. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate y'all so much being here for an unscheduled live. If you're not already following my page, I would appreciate it if you would hit that follow button, and then you can click on the little 3 dots or click on the little bell and click on all notifications or all lives. I'm not sure how they have it right now. And then every time I go live, Facebook will notify you once I'm live. Okay, so I'm just going to go up from the top of that bow and come down and make a smiley face. Okay, look at the difference. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Get it wet a little bit first. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little dark right there in the center. Just kind of a wash. Thin my paint out a lot and then just give it a little bit of a shadow look. I'm going to dry it and then I'm going to put a little bit more in. Now you could do this whole thing in the dark green on the inside of that bow. Just a solid dark green, but I'm going to just do a little bit of a shaded effect on it, on the whole thing. Okay, and that gave it a little depth. I may even go just a little bit darker. Hi, Vinny. Hi, Heather. Ooh, it is already afternoon. This morning's going by fast. It always does when you've got a big list of things to get done. But this is one of the things I had to get done. I thought, well, why not just come on and do it with y'all? Okay, now I want to make some little folds, I guess you would call them. Little wrinkle lines. And I'm just going to come out 1, 2, 3. And same thing here. 1, 2, 3. Take a little bit of white and just make a little highlight line. On this bow. Now I could also take the Hauser or apple green or something like that and do some highlighting in there, but I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's go ahead and do the nose. And you know what? I forgot to get my nose color out here. Deep burgundy, antique maroon. Let's go with deep burgundy and rockwood red. I have to add a little bit of black to that rockwood red. And let's get some of that green on there. Okay, let's do the nose. And to do the nose, I just took the chalk pencil and I made a frontward C, a backward C, and then just connected them. Okay, I've got a little angle brush here that I used on the bow. I'm going to go in with that rockwood red. really don't know what color a gingerbread man's nose is, but this is the color I've always used. Okay, let's try that. Then I'm going to put some details on the red to kind of bring it up. Thanks, Benny. Shading just makes such a difference. I've got to seal them, but the Santa hats on the mason jar, I did 3 of those. They're sitting on my table and they're ready to be, I had to let them dry overnight. And then I am going to go outside and spray them, let them dry, and then I'll post pictures of those. But as I was finishing up and waiting on something to dry, I decided at the last minute last night at 11 o'clock at night, on the night before not last night, Monday night, to get started on those, on this, while I was letting those dry. And I thought, I got to get up so early in the morning to go keep little Jack. But, you know, when it hits you, you just got to go for it. Okay, I think that's plenty on that. And let's see if this deep burgundy or antique maroon is too close to the same color. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of black to that rockwood red. And see if that gets us the color we want. Okay, add a little bit of that maroon to it. Don't want it super dark. Okay, let's see what that looks like. We shall see. Well, thank you, Miss Roxy. Lots of years of practice. Oh, I used to just literally cry because I couldn't shade, couldn't float. It would never turn out. I would always have too much water and it would go everywhere, or I wouldn't have enough and it wouldn't shade. Oh, I would just get so frustrated. But I just kept practicing it, kept trying different brushes, kept watching videos, and it finally paid off, and I've gotten so used to it that I don't think a whole lot about it anymore. I just go for it. I try not to be afraid of it. I think, you know, just, okay, if it doesn't turn out, I can just paint over it. Okay, that color worked out just right. Okay, so all shaded. Now I'll probably go around the nose in a soft brown, but I'll probably do that off camera because I want to go ahead and get some of this other stuff done. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll put some white in the eye. which brush I want to use to do that. One of my New Year's resolutions is for this next year is to go through my brushes and pull out some of my new brushes that I've never used, that are just sitting over there waiting for me. Still in the packages. Some of these brushes I am using are old, and beginning to lose their shape, but they're like old friends. You get so used to them. Thank you, Roxy, for the stars. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. It's actually hard for me to sit down now and paint and not push that live button, because I enjoy painting with y'all so much, just knowing that you're on the other side and that you understand what it takes to sit down and share your craft with someone. And I know that y'all are going to be supportive and encouraging, and if I'm doing something wrong or I miss something, you're going to tell me in a loving way. Okay, now I'm going to go over it in black. And then I'm going to put a little bit of blue in it also. Thanks for the hearts, y'all. That means so much to me. I'm getting so close to having 2,000 followers. So if you're not already following, hit that follow button. And I would appreciate it if you would sprinkle the love with my videos on your pages. And maybe we can get some new followers. Okay, I don't have to worry about up top too much because I'm going to go over it in black. But I do want the bottom part here to be really good and covered. This looks funny. I'm painting Christmas and I've got orange fingernails, October fingernails, and I've got a ghost on for October. So, hey, multitasking here. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to get a little bit of black. I'm just switching between colors here. And I want to go just about right here. That is a terrible brush. Put that in the kid cup right now. Let's see, how about this one? So I'm going to start going through my brushes, and if it's one I do not need to be using anymore, I don't need to fight with it anymore, I'm going to put it in the kid. I have a kid cup that when the grandkids come, they know which brushes they can use. So any of them that get a little worn out and aren't good for what I do are usually just perfect for what they do. Now this is a little bit different eye than what I typically do. Okay, we'll let that dry. And I'm going to come under it with a little bit of blue, and then we'll outline the whole thing and put some eyelashes on. Okay, so right. Try to get them pretty close to even, the same size. And you can do that by using your tracing paper and tracing them, using a pattern that they're the same, but this girl does not have time for that this week. The craft show is just in a little over just barely 3 weeks. So I've got to get done. Okay, let me look at them. Close enough. Heard our neighbor pull in. I thought it was Mr. Pam. Mr. Pam is finishing up on my mom's privacy fence. They've got a huge backyard, and it's got a privacy fence all the way around it. And Mr. Pam has power washed it, cleaned it, and restained the whole thing inside and out. He has been working. Okay, so now I'm going to use Colonial Blue. And I'm going to shade a little bit under that eye. I think I need a little more white. I can see brown through this one, so I'm going to put another coat of white on. Okay, that should be good. Okay, let's go ahead and do the shading with that Colonial Blue just underneath the eye, the black part of the eye. Put a little moisture on it. And I think I left my smaller little brush I like to float with. I think I left it in the other room. But I'm going to wing it with this. And I'm not putting very much on at all. Just going to go right under that black. Part of that other brush was coming off, flaking off. Okay, now we'll touch it up a little bit with that black. I get quiet when I'm doing lining work. Too quiet, too quiet. Hi, Susie. Hello, Lynn and Monica. Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Monica. Thanks y'all for hopping on. I just love it when all my buddies are on here. I just wish we could all get together and paint in person together. Okay, so now I'm going to do some outlining. Okay, see how I outlined on that side and I just came right up with an eyelash. And we'll add some more. And then I'm going to stop. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, y'all, this bracelet's got to go. Thin them away. Just got black all over me. I did not tell Mr. Pam that I was going live, so he may barrel in here for lunch in a minute and go, "Hey, honey, how you doing?" Okay, I'm going to make two little cheekbones, I guess you call them. Now I'm going to water my paint down just a little bit. And we'll make some more eyelashes. Got a drip of water on it. Clean that off. Okay, so I'm going to start where the black is and just come up and flick it out. Now we can put some little bitty ones in between those. Okay, you see the difference. I thought that was chalk right there, but it's not. It's paint, so I'm going to clean that up. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. Actually, I'm going to turn it this way. Flick it out. And then just make you some little ones in between there. I got that one a little bit thick because my hand moved. So I'll just make them match. Okay, and then let's put the ones down at the bottom. And we'll put some dots in the eye. have her looking towards her bow. So let's put a couple of dots there. And then we can let those be drying. Look how she's coming to life. I love the eyes. The eyes just always bring it to life, gives them their personality. Okay, now we got to do the rickrack here. We're going to do that in, but let's go ahead and do the mouth since I've got some black out here. We need to go ahead and get that mouth filled in. Okay, let me switch to around. And then I'll go to my liner brush. Hi, Carol. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks, Susie. I'm going to do some things around here too, and on the edge, I believe. All right, let me get my little liner brush. My big liner brush, I guess you would say, my long one. Okay, so this is a 30-0. So it's the long one. I love it. Whoops. Had a drop of water come down. See if I can baby wipe that. I did not see that water drip. Good old baby wipes. And I gotta be careful of these dots in the eye. They're not dry. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay. Got it all over me. All right, let's try that again. So I'm going to fill in just a little bit. And let's do a little chin. Now I'm going to do the smile lines, but before I do that, let's dry it and let's do some dry brushed cheeks on here. Oh, the long brush. It did take me a while, Susie, to get used to it. And sometimes still, I have to redo something, but now I'm getting used to it and I just love it. Mary Burton with Robin's Nest. I saw her using it. She does a lot of fine detailing, and so I loved it. And thought, I'm going to get one of those, and I got one, and I thought, and the first few times I used it, I thought, oh, no way. I thought she made it look so easy. Well, it wasn't as easy as what she made it look. But once I've gotten used to it now, I practiced and practiced on poster board with it, and so I'm a lot more comfortable with it now. Okay, so we're going to do our little tongue. I'm just going to make an M, a little M. 1 and 2. And we'll come back over it with our red. So it doesn't have to be completely covered in this white, but just enough to give it so that that red will show up. And then I'll come back under it and clean it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Tuscan Red, so it'll be the same red that's on the board. And I know I'm going through this rather quickly, but we've got some things to do up here that I want to try to get to. Okay, so I'm going to line it in, and then I'll fill it in with a little bit larger brush. I did a muffin pan one time. Did several of them actually for one of the shows. And I did one that had all gingerbread men, spray painted it green, and then put gingerbread men on it. And then another one I did all snowmen on it, and then did another one that had snowmen and gingerbread men on it. All had different expressions on their face. Too much pressure. I know. That's the... Hi, Teresa. Too much pressure is definitely the thing I had to practice with. Because I do have a heavy hand, and I was the same way when I crocheted. I would crochet too tight because I had such a heavy, I just wanted it to be so precise. All right, let's put one more coat on that red. I'm supposed to get an Amazon delivery today. I ordered 2 bookshelves to go in our living room to put photos on. And so I would have something else to put some of my Christmas items on. Okay, so there's the tongue. Now we need to do some highlights on it. So I'm just going to do 2 little white highlights at the top. Whoops. Okay, look how this brush split. That's supposed to be one, it's one brush, but it's split right in 2. I think that one needs to be boiled in some water. So I'm going to stick it right over here so I don't grab it again and get the other one. Okay, so let's just do 1 and 2. I'll do a little highlight across here. Okay, so there's what we've got so far. Now let's do some dry brushing for the cheeks and for the smiles there. And I think I've got this coral out, so we're just going to use coral. This is Ceram Coat Coral. It's not going to take much. And I'm going to dry brush it with this Wet n Wild makeup eye makeup brush from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to really work it down into those bristles, really pressing hard. And then I usually just get it off on my hand, but I'm going to just go ahead and get it off, most of it off on my napkin. Okay, I can still see some there, so that should work out just fine. So we're going to, just in a circular motion, and I'm going to put a little bit under the eyes here. Okay, look at the one with the cheek, with the cheek over here. Where am I? That's the cheek. So it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it sure makes a difference. Okay, so, and you can go with a lighter pink too, but I just had this coral out, so I decided to just use it. So I'm going in a circular motion and also going around as I'm going in the circular motion. Thanks for the heart, y'all. Appreciate it. Hi, Carol. Okay, drop that in my water cup. And let's do some smile lines. And I'm going to touch up right here where I got some of that pink, that coral on there. And a little bit on this line. Get rid of that chalk there. Okay, now we can do our smile lines. Okay, that one was a little drier, so let's go over it again. And I want to put a couple of dots. Okay, so now I need quite a bit of white. And we're going to make some flowers, dots on, but you know what? We've got to do the rickrack. Can't have a gingerbread man without a rickrack or gingerbread girl. So let's do that first. I forgot all about it. See what this brush does. And look how putting that rickrack changes it. Now she's looking like a gingerbread girl. You would think I would get tired Hi, Karen. Tired of all the little things, but I don't. It's like, okay, look how much that changed that. That step just made such a difference. Let me go around this way a little bit. I still get just as excited after painting the 20th one that I did with the first one. It's kind of like grandchildren, never gets old. I don't care if you've had 50 grandchildren, you hear you're going to be a grandparent again, you get just as excited as you did with the first one. All right, let's bring that one under that bow a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put some of that antique white back in that I got out. Got too much out. And I do not like to waste my paint. And I'll let that dry good, and if I need to go over that rickrack a little bit more, then I can. Okay, so now let's do these tools I got at, I think I ordered them on Amazon years ago. This little thing comes off. Anyway, it was a package of all kinds of different shapes. Some were squares, some were hearts. And it was just a bag full of stuff. So we're going to see what this does. Okay, and I'm just dipping it in, making sure they're all covered. Cutie, cutie, cute. Okay, let's put one. It's not going to fit over that, but I can put it right about there. And let's put one maybe. Oh, I don't want to do a big one there. Okay, now I'm going to just drop that in the water. And let's do some little ones with this little tool that I've got. Had it forever. It was handmade for me, so it's not for sale anywhere. I'm trying to work with the gentleman that could make me some. Okay, let me turn it around so I can kind of see how balanced it is. Okay, I don't want to do too many because I don't want to completely take away from her face. But let's go ahead and do some in the Hauser medium green. Some centers. Oh, Carol, you're so sweet. It just takes practice, I'm telling you. And y'all still, you just see me when I'm on live and pretending everything's great. You didn't see how many times I had to draw something or how many times I erased it and started over. Or believe me, there are things that frustrate me, especially when it comes to the technology part. Ugh. Okay, so our green, let me, the other end of this little tool. Not much pressure on the little ones. So I started to do snowflakes, but I wanted some green to pull out the green for Christmas, and her bow. You could even put little polka dots on her bow. You could certainly do that, but I don't want it to get completely too busy. And we're going to do, I think, on the edges. Okay, I'm just making these a little larger on the big ones. I think we need one right there. Okay, let's do a big one. Y'all be thinking, is there anything else it needs, or is that plenty? Because I don't want to get too busy with it. And then I'll have the little gingham ribbon that I'll use probably around the handle. We'll see if I like that or not. Or I may go with some green. I don't know. I'll have to look and see once it all dries. But I'll do some kind of ribbon or something, string or something around this to add a little bit. Okay, now that I've got my white still out, we're going to go get a different brush. Let's go with, I think this one will be okay. Gotta be careful and not mess up those dots now. Okay, are we still on? I show that I had a little bit of a pause. Everybody still able to see? It cut out on me last time I was doing a live. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of hard to show, but I'm gonna just start right here. And then I'm going to skip about a brush length width. And I'm going to do that all the way around. And these will not be perfect. But it gives it a little bit of that peppermint or candy cane look. And I'm laying it flat. And they're not even all the same width. But I'm trying not to press too hard, because the more you press, the fatter it gets. That pressure. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Should have done this probably before I did all the dots. So let's do this side. This is a 1/2 inch flat. Sorry, it is so hard to do this so that you can see. Okay, that's what we're doing around the edges. I'm going to pull you up just a little bit like that. Okay, I'm going to straighten that one up a little bit. Now, if I were doing this off camera, I would be holding it differently, and it would be much easier for me to do. Okay, I've got one there. I'm going to try to space it out here where they're pretty close. And I'll go back over them one more time. Get them dry. Whoops. Okay, let me lay my brush down because I'm about to dump the whole thing. Let me put my finger in it. That way we can hold it. Okay, and then we have the little dots there. But what I'm going to do, and I'll show you on one. Let me dry it a little bit. Oh, it looks like I'm getting a delivery. It means my bookshelves are here. Let me show y'all. This is my window. I don't know that you can see anything, all the plants and stuff that are there, but I can see all of my plants, and the truck just pulled up and he's delivering my new bookshelves for my living room. So excited. Let's see if I can get you back up here. Okay. All right. So I just painted a second coat on one of those, and we'll go back through with the red. Here we've got red with white dots. And here we'll have white with red. So should I do red dots all the way around, or should I do red, green, red, green? What do you think? So we'll have a dot pretty much in the middle, around like that. Okay, let me kind of dry that to set it right quick. Okay, still gotta be careful because these are a little bit wet, but there she is. Thinks she's pretty sweet. Hi, Trisha. Thanks for hopping on. Be sure and go back if you just hopped on and watched the red and green. I agree to bring out some of the green on the front and give it that Christmassy look. I could even splatter it a little bit, but I think I'm going to leave it just as it is. I'll go through and put second coats on those white ones there. And I still have to paint the back of it. I always try to finish the backs of mine, so I'll either stain it or do it in a red. All right, so red, green, that seems to be the consensus on that. So there we go. That was a fast and simple one. So I may do the others the same way, or I may do another one in just the gingerbread boy so that there'll be a set. But there's another one almost ready for the craft show. All right, ladies, I'm going to go get my shelves that they just, well, I don't think I'll be able to move them. They're too big. But anyway, go get some things ready that I've got to get done today and get ready for our Ladies' Day. Again, if you're close enough and you would like to visit us with and come join us with our How Ladies' Day at our congregation, it's the How Church of Christ, and it's just off of Highway 75 on Collins Freeway, and that's Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. So we've got to go get all decorated for that. And then don't forget, if you're close enough, we have the How Band Boosters Arts and Crafts Show on November the 9th at 9 o'clock at the How High School. My booth will be, as you come in the back, you come in the back way. As you come in the back, you'll face the stage, and Mr. Pam and I will be on the left-hand side of the stage. That's where our booth is. So come see us. Be sure if you come, be sure and stop and say hi. I think they charge $2 to get in, the entry fee, but come check it out. We'd love to have you. All right. Thanks for being on with me. And who knows, I may pop on here again in the next couple of days. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.